What is up YouTube, it's Kingfisher745, and in this video we're going to be featuring Blue Marvel and Gorgon. For this one I'm sure you recall I was taking name suggestions and we got a bunch of awesome name ideas. Now I did ultimately choose one out, but I just want to give a few honorable mentions before we get to the winner. First up, Kyle Stroud actually said one I thought of myself when I was trying to name them. Then I figured I'd just let you give it a shot. Team One Hitter Quitter. As I said, we were kind of like-minded on that one, so shout out to Kyle. Kind of along the same line of thinking, Lionel DeMello said team name Antimatter One-Shotters, and that has a certain ring to it. I really like that name. Next, Lone Seeker said how about the Marvelous Sadder? And you know what, that's a pretty clever name. This name was very close to winning, but I thought maybe some people wouldn't understand it. But seriously, this was pretty tough. I like just about every name. I really did appreciate all the comments. But moving on to just a few more mentions before we come to our winner, Mitchell Kissam suggested Team Bull Marvel. And it's pretty simplistic but yet clever because Blue Marvel, Bull Marvel, it just had a ring to it and I liked it. Thank you for the suggestion. Okay, so lastly, as far as our mentions, White C83 had a couple that were right up there. First of all, I love the Japanese wording, although I can't pronounce it. Ichigeki Hizatsu. I don't really understand it, but it sounds awesome. Then Sniper's Creed for One Shot One Kill is a great name, and Bluestone Snipers was good too. So White C83 definitely deserves a shout out, and thank you for the suggestions. But ultimately, the name that I'm going to go with is from Kill Nork. Antimatter Annihilators. I absolutely love alliteration and it gets right to the point. But hey, you can feel free to call them any of the other names or even your own. Now in this first match, they didn't outright blow this enemy team up, so props to Agent Dark. But we're still fairly easily going to win this. On the Agent's turn, we preemptively hit her with a Brawl. And she's going to use the Black Roscoe, but it heals us. Okay, and the action that we preemptively countered was the improbability field. Now on Gorgon's turn, we can use his level 9, which I believe the Agent's going to step up and protect. Which we're totally fine with. Blue Marvel's coming up soon and he'll probably finish off Angler anyways. So she does take a 16k finish, and now after this Soulbreaker, Blue Marvel's going to have his level 9 off of cooldown. And this will definitely annihilate the Breaker of Souls. So that's one match down, and hopefully we get a few more challenging teams that last a few minutes. Similar to this one. Okay, so right away in the second match, we're facing a Null and Cloak and Dagger team. And they have quite a bit of HP. So we'll see how fast of a win we can get against this setup. By the way, I just want to say AL Skivvy seems like a pretty awesome guy on Facebook. And I hope he doesn't mind being in this video, so shout out to him. Now on Null's turn, our preemptive counter does fail, it misses him. And Null going first is not really a great thing for our team. I assume we have Despair now. Still though, my Agent's going to get a turn and we'll use Smothering Shadow. After that, since Blue Marvel didn't go before Gorgon, what we're going to do is use our level 2. Dance of Death. We've added the collapsing AISO to it, so besides dizzy and slowed, it adds fumbling and hobble to the enemy team now. It's a pretty awesome AoE. That also may help us out with Cloak and Dagger. So on their turn, we're going to get a Mind Control proc, which we rarely get, but the enemy AI always stops our Cloak and Dagger. So that was unlucky for the enemy team, but we finally got the proc, so I have to be happy. Usually they get to use Blackout with no problem against me. Then after using the Ionic Devourer, Blue Marvel is going to buff our Gorgon and of course himself. Then he'll have that guaranteed crit because of the manifesting AISO for his level 9. The Agent's up next and he's probably the most dangerous, so we're going to target Null and he'll step up and take the hit. It doesn't quite knock him out but takes him very close, so the dots will finish him off. After that, I'm just going to use the Dark Energy Blade on Null and hope that his dots knock him out as well. So we take his preemptive counter, the Absorb Energy definitely helps, and we get a follow-up attack. But somehow he holds on with hardly any HP. So that was kind of unfortunate. The really messed up part about that is now he's probably going to take Gorgon's hit. And I actually should have saved it. That would have definitely knocked out Cloak and Dagger. And most of you probably are aware they're quite difficult to knock out. They're just a character or characters that linger around way beyond what they should. Plus they preemptively counter a million times, and that's very annoying. So while we try to finish them off for however long it takes, I do just want to talk about tomorrow's video. It's going to be a poor man's PvP episode. So yes, that finally is going to happen. This Friday. Currently it's about 20 minutes long, so I may cut down some of the setup. But if you want me to include the entire setup, let me know in the comment section below. And by that I even mean the ISO 8 builds. I'm pretty happy with the team, it definitely was capable of winning. And it actually seemed to annihilate Spitfire teams. So yeah, they didn't seem to stand a chance. The most difficult part for me was choosing the heroes. I try to keep the costs low, so I'm really not sure who I can choose from. I suppose maybe just limiting my gear though is enough. We'll have to try to come to some sort of conclusion in the near future, that way we can have more episodes, and not have such a long delay. But yeah, I do think that you'll enjoy it, so make sure you tune in. As for this match, we're basically going to end it with the Atom Smasher. So let's go ahead and use that. Then we'll face one more team for this video. And like I said, this team was pretty awesome to use. They usually knocked out enemies in a hurry. It's nice having that change of pace because a lot of battles last way too long these days. Now for our final opponents, we're facing Kurth and Cloak and Dagger. Of course, Cloak and Dagger are extremely popular on defense. But with Blue Marvel, we're going to try to take out Kurth first. Because I hate the threat she poses. And we come so close. That would have honestly made such a huge difference. But we still have a chance. All I can think of on my agent's turn is we're going to have to use the Ionic Devourer and then hope that it hits her. So yeah, that's pretty much our only option because they do have Warding Essence. With that being said, here it goes. And we do end up taking her out before her first turn. Now with that accomplished, Gorgon should be able to finish off someone else. So we'll use Short Fuse, and then Show No Mercy. If I could kill Cloak and Dagger, I would love that. Hopefully that's their final preemptive counter, and it is because we hit them for over 60,000 damage first attack. Now that's a finish. We'll take it. And we only have to work on the enemy agent, so we'll use our Energy Bolt, hopefully locking out some of his options. But hey, our agent actually reflects what he was going to do, so he doesn't even get a chance. And at this point, we can use the Smothering Shadow on him, placing those really nasty debuffs. After that, we'll just use the Dark Energy Blade, and hope for a follow-up. Okay, I have to admit, everything's going right in this one. In fact, we're even going to get to finish him with an Antimatter Blast. Now that's a great look at Blue Marvel. That is going to be it for this one, but I do hope you enjoyed it. I want to thank you all for watching. Ask you to please like, comment, and subscribe. Then until next time, good luck, and take care.